what happens when a perfectly orchestrated, cold-blooded $10 million murder plot is completely derailed by a simple, sudden office collapse? Absolute, unadulterated chaos. If you thought the residents of Fairmont Crest were going to have a quiet end to their summer, you are sorely mistaken. The spoilers for Monday, August 10, are officially out, and they are painting a picture of a town on the brink of total devastation. We have lives hanging in the balance, devastating secrets slipping out of guilty mouths, psychological trauma invading the bedroom, and criminal mastermind playing a very dangerous game of chess right under everyone's noses. Let us break down the logic, the lies, and the sheer audacity of our favorite characters. We have to start with the most critical situation currently unfolding, the sudden and dramatic collapse of Bill Hamilton. For weeks, we have watched Haley Hamilton play the role of the devoted, concerned wife while secretly lacing her husband's drinks with a slow-burning poison. Her ultimate master plan? Manipulate Bill into taking a romantic trip to St. Bart's, administer a lethal injection, quickly cremate his body to bypass any pesky autopsies, and walk away with a cool $10 million in life insurance. It is dark, it is calculated, and honestly, it is terrifyingly brilliant in its simplicity. But Haley made one massive miscalculation. She underestimated the physical toll the poison was already taking on Bill's body. On Friday, we saw Haley expertly gaslight Bill into agreeing to the trip by claiming she needed to prioritize her mental health and would go alone if he did not accompany her. Bill, blindly devoted and completely oblivious to the venom running through his veins, agreed. But as he tried to leave his law office to pack his bags, his body finally gave out. He stumbled, lost his vision, and collapsed unconscious right there on the floor. Now, heading into Monday, August 10, Bill's life is legitimately on the line. Haley's pristine travel plans are completely ruined. She wanted him isolated on an island. Instead, he is going to be surrounded by top-tier medical professionals at Garland Memorial Hospital. Here is where the analytical twist comes in. Caroline Lee is the ultimate wild card in Haley's plot. Caroline is the one who rushed to Bill's rescue when he collapsed. Caroline has already noticed that Haley has been avoiding her and that their friendship has fractured. Caroline also warned Bill that he was not medically cleared to travel. When the paramedics arrive and the doctors start running toxicology screens, Caroline is going to be the prime witness to Bill's rapid deterioration. Haley is going to have to pivot and pivot fast. How will she explain the poison in his system? Will she try to frame someone else? Or will she attempt to finish the job in the hospital? The irony is palpable. Haley's greed made her rush the dosage, and that very impatience is exactly what might save Bill's life and put her behind bars. While Bill is fighting for his life, his ex-wife is fighting a losing battle against her own guilty conscience. Dany Dupree is a woman on the edge. Ever since she and Bill hooked up in that stalled elevator during the terrifying tornado, Dany has been spiraling. She has been projecting her guilt by obsessively investigating Haley and Randy's suspected affair, acting like the moral police while harboring a massive marriage-destroying secret of her own. She has been lying straight to Andre Richardson's face, playing the role of the traumatized survivor when in reality she is just terrified of being exposed as a hypocrite. According to the latest teasers, the pressure is finally going to crack Dany wide open. During a gathering with the Dupree family matriarch and patriarch, Anita and Vernon, alongside her sister Nicole, Dany is going to make a shocking slip of the tongue. Let us really think about the gravity of this moment. Anita just beat breast cancer. She just threw a massive party celebrating life, second chances, and family unity. Vernon has been stepping up as the fierce protector of his daughters. Nicole just finally found some peace and romantic clarity with Dr. Kiao Rollins. The absolute last thing this family needs is the revelation that Dany slept with the man who tormented her for years, betraying her incredibly supportive new husband in the process. Why does Dany slip up? It is pure psychological exhaustion. You can only carry a lie of that magnitude for so long before your subconscious betrays you. When Bill's medical emergency becomes public knowledge, Dany's suppressed feelings for him are going to bubble to the surface. She might try to express concern for his health, and in her panic state, accidentally reference the elevator or the intimacy they shared just weeks ago. Once those words leave her mouth, there is no taking them back. Vernon will be furious that Bill touched his daughter again. Anita will be devastated by the moral failing. And Nicole will realize that her sister's recent erratic behavior was never about Haley. It was always about Dany's own lack of self-control. The fallout is going to be spectacular, and it leaves us wondering, how long until Andre finds out the truth? Speaking of psychological exhaustion, we need to talk about the heartbreaking reality facing Eva Thomas and Isaiah Hawthorne. Soap operas love to gloss over the aftermath of major surgeries, but Beyond the Gates is diving deep into the gritty, emotional toll of organ transplantation. Eva miraculously survived thanks to Kat Richardson's liver donation, but she did not walk away unscathed. She is now bearing a massive, jagged scar across her abdomen. For a young woman who has always been hyper-aware of her appearance, partially thanks to her mother Leslie's toxic influence, this scar is a devastating blow to her self-esteem. On Monday, we will see Eva and Isaiah struggling to navigate their physical intimacy post-surgery. Isaiah has been nothing but patient, loving, and supportive. He looks at Eva and sees a survivor. He sees the woman he loves. But when he tries to touch her, even just resting a hand on her thigh, she flinches and pushes him away. It is not that she does not love him. It is that she feels entirely disconnected from her own body. She looks in the mirror and does not see a miracle. She sees a Frankenstein-esque reminder of her trauma. Worse yet, she sees a physical piece of Kat, the sister who actively despises her, stitched into her flesh. This is a brilliant narrative choice by the writers. It forces Isaiah to prove that his love for Eva goes far beyond the physical. Can they overcome this hurdle? Yes, but it is going to require immense patience and intense therapy. Ted Richardson has already promised to find Eva a therapist, but Leslie's constant, overbearing interference is going to make Eva's healing process 10 times harder. Isaiah is going to have to step up, not just as a boyfriend, but as a fiercely protective shield against Eva's own mother and her internal demons. Now, let us pivot to the most dangerous storyline currently weaving its way through the canvas, the arrival of Heather Armstrong. We all know Heather is not just Joey's estranged sister. She is the Impaler, the ruthless, bloodthirsty leader of the International Plasma Ring. She has already demanded that Joey kill investigative journalist Smitty to protect her operation. When Joey refused, Heather decided to take matters into her own hands. How? By infiltrating the inner circle of the people Joey cares about most. The spoilers reveal that Vanessa McBride and Heather are going to grow even closer. Vanessa is completely oblivious to the fact that she is sharing mimosas and trading life stories with a criminal mastermind. But why is Heather really investing time in Vanessa? Is it just to gather leverage against her brother? Absolutely not. Heather is playing a multi-dimensional game of chess. Vanessa is closely connected to Dany, who is connected to the Duprees, who are connected to Martin and Smitty. Furthermore, Vanessa is close to Jacob Hawthorne, the undercover cop who is actively hunting the Impaler. By befriending Vanessa, Heather is positioning herself right in the center of the town's communication. She is essentially bugging the room without ever planting a microphone. But hold on, because here is the twist insight that will completely change how you view this storyline. We have to look at the isolated, paranoid narrative surrounding Andre Richardson. For weeks, Andre has been receiving anonymous, terrifying gifts, specifically a bottle of 2018 Louis Broussard champagne from his time in France, accompanied by cryptic texts demanding a meeting. Andre confessed to Ted that his dark past from Europe, right around the time his parents died in a mysterious plane crash, is catching up with him. He is so terrified that he refuses to involve the police. Now, ask yourself, who just arrived in town from Europe? Who runs an international, highly funded, deeply connected criminal syndicate out of London? Heather Armstrong. What if Heather is the ghost from Andre's past? What if Andre's parents did not just die in a random crash, but were taken out by Heather's syndicate, and Andre was somehow involved or owes a massive debt? The timeline fits perfectly. The European connection is too specific to be a coincidence. If Heather is the one stalking Andre, then her friendship with Vanessa and Dany is not just about Joey and the plasma ring. It is about tightening the noose around Andre's neck. This theory seamlessly connects the isolated Red Market plot directly into the heart of the Dupree family drama, proving that in Fairmont Crest, no one's secrets are ever truly separate. As we look toward Monday's episode, the stakes have never been higher. Bill's life is fading on a hospital bed while his wife calculates her next move. Dany is about to detonate a bomb in the middle of her family's living room. Eva is fighting a silent, agonizing war against her own reflection. And a European crime boss is sipping cocktails with the local socialites, pulling strings that could unravel the entire town. Will Caroline's quick thinking be enough to save Bill from Haley's toxic cocktail? Will the Dupree family excommunicate Dany when they learn the truth about her elevator betrayal? And will anyone realize that Heather Armstrong is the puppet master orchestrating the town's impending doom before it is too late? The gates are wide open, and the monsters are already inside. Stay tuned, because this week is going to leave us all completely breathless.